Hi class, so this week I'm addressing upper extremity dysfunction with an example that I've actually experienced at work and that's personal to me at the moment. So my simulation also involves someone with arthritis, which another classmate addressed already. One thing that I found at work is that when a person with arthritis in their hands has to use a walker, the limitation in how far they can get with the walker has less to do with their legs and a whole lot more to do with their hands. So a lot of my patients complain that their hands start to hurt faster than they run out of energy, or then their legs or other body parts start to hurt. So the limitation in how far they can go walking is more based on the limitation with their hands. So there's two ways that I correct for this at work. So first, I'm just going to show you the nightmare scenario. It's a person with bilateral hand arthritis, and they're non-weight bearing on one leg, and they have to use a walker. So they're putting quite a bit of force down on that walker, and they're not going to be able to walk for very long. So I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, I'm going to back up first, which is not something I normally have people do on their walkers. But as you can see, I'm favoring my hands. I'm not really allowing them to push down too hard onto the walker. And because I have to put so much force into them as I walk, I'm limited in how far I can go. Another thing that I tend to see with people who have wrist and hand problems when they walk with the walker is they load their shoulders in this funny way that can actually contribute to more arthritis in their shoulders. So that's what I'm up against. All right. So for my solution, this is something I've actually used in the clinic with patients with arthritis, and they report that it really helps. And all of my OT people in the class are going to recognize this one right away. So for arthritis, we use a lot of built-up handles, and especially when you're weight-bearing on the hands or not a weight-bearing set of joints, it's really important to make that load a little bit softer and to use the larger joints when possible, and also to minimize the compression forces on your hands. So I'm going to use an ACE bandage, and I'm just going to wrap that around the handle of the walker here. I'm going to pause the video so you guys don't have to watch me do this. Okay, so adaptation complete. You can see now that the walker, both handles have a little ACE bandage around them. They're much larger, so I don't have to close my hands completely, so that minimizes the stress on those little joints. And they're soft, so it's a little bit more of like a cushion for my hands as I'm pushing down. The second adaptation that I'm going to make is actually a cue. So sometimes when I have people do the crazy chicken wing thing with the walker that can hurt their shoulders over time, to cue them to keep their arms closer to their body and properly use their joint and body mechanics when they're walking, I'll roll up like a towel, like a little dish towel, and I'll put it underneath their armpit. So when you're walking with the walker now, you have to keep your arms close to your body, which distributes the force along the broad side of your body and also helps you engage the larger muscles closer to your shoulder to use to support yourself when you're walking, rather than using the little joints in your wrists and hands. So with those two adaptations, I'm going to go for a little walk and you can see the difference. Okay, so as you can see, it's just more comfortable. My body mechanics are better. So in the patient that I've used this with, I've experienced that they have a significant increase in the amount of time and distance that they can walk. And also over time, using the walker, they tend to have less damage to their shoulders and less deformity in their hands. So I love this adaptation for arthritis, and I hope it's helpful to some of you.